Here's a bit of relational psychology that perhaps you hadn't thought about. This shadow work. As I'm walking along and watching my shadow and repositioning my hat to be comfortable, positioning it on my head in a way that feels okay, doesn't feel like too much pressure and giving me a headache or push down over my eyebrows too much or set back to where it's pushing on my ears and making me uncomfortable that way. I look down at my shadow and I think, gosh, there's a metaphor. Shadow work. Shadow work is, in essence, looking at those things that are deep-seated within us, the things that we wish we were doing, the things about ourselves that we are challenged by, that we're not choosing to do, or that feel like too much work. So while it may be challenging and difficult to get into those things, our shadow work and the work of looking at our shadow in and of itself may be daunting. It may be the challenge that we are not looking for. It may be something that we don't want to think about and we don't want to work on or we don't want to do. But shadow work is at the very core of a lot of our own personal work and our own input on how we interact with our world, how we interact with each other, and how we get past certain points in our lives. So while it's nice to step away from the shadow and to look forward into different things and different beings and to get our feedback from elsewhere, it's often that muddled shadow which may be the very inspiration for doing the work in the first place, for doing our own personal work, and for doing those things which take us out of our moment with other people. So I thank you for watching, and I thank you for being curious about human behavior and psychology and how it pertains to the environment, each other, and how to look at ourselves from another perspective, if nothing else. Again, cheers. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this with your friends or with other people that you know, with your lover, with your coworkers. If you have anything to share which is insightful, or you have another question or what, please feel free to comment in the section down below. And to asking the deeper question: who am I? What am I doing? Where am I going? And can I look at my shadow? And what can I get from my shadow and my shadow work? Thank you. Cheers.